Take it. There he goes. All right. Welcome to the Two Lonely Boys in a Canoe podcast. I am Chris Evans, a.k.a. Gravel Shits. My cohort friend, Trevor Alstrom, a.k.a.
Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George over here.
And the man that...
first special guest ever.
Silver Squirrel.
The Silver Squirrel.
Chris Kennett, the man that named me Gorgeous George.
Yeah.
I actually researched...
Here, Chris.
I've actually looked up his wrestling matches since, and he was literally the Hulk Hogan of like the 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
And he
used to go to Klamath Falls, believe it or not.
I believe it. No, he was a fucking huge deal back in the day. Like,
he would travel.
Yeah, like James Brown was inspired by the way he was very theatrical.
So for a little context, folks, Gorgeous George was an old school wrestler for the WWE times.
Yeah.
So he was in Klamath Falls, you say, Chris?
My father said he used to collect, he delivered newspapers to save the money to go to see Gorgeous George.
I got a funny one. Do post boys become postmen?
Hey, speaking of funny shit with the mail, something we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, this thing. Okay. So Trevor's got an idea. But hold on one second. We wanted to hear about him being in Klamath Falls. What did he do out there, Chris?
I think he was just on a tour.
He's just going around, doing wrestling matches?
Yeah, and I don't think he came up north.
Okay.
I think he went, where was he from, Gorgeous?
I don't know, but I know he was
San Fran?
He was a Hollywood star for the while, so like in the 40s and 50s, like when Rock Hudson and obviously like the Rat Pack with like Frank Sinatra and all that, we're talking. He was one of those guys that would show up, and he was part of that scene at that time. Yeah. So, and I'm familiar with the other people. I'm just surprised I hadn't heard of them because like Chris.
Well, I heard of him from my father.
Give Gorgeous George a Google. It's worth a Google.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous George, shout out. But I've seen some wrestling matches. Like, I saw an interesting documentary of, it was filmed wrestling matches from, like, the 1890s up to the 1920s.
Okay.
And it's just like when you watch...
I wonder if wrestling took a dip during the Depression.
That's part of wrestling, too. Yeah, it tree-topped them real quick and fucking...
Instead of ladders, tables, and chairs, it was, sticks, rocks, and construction work.
Pitchforks.
It seemed like whenever I see footage from that time, like there's always guys who talk about guys with wheelbarrows of rocks and bricks. Like that was what you did. Like you just walked around with a fucking thing of rocks and bricks. Like cartoons, videos I've seen, old guys have talked about. Like they were just
like, what did you used to do with your life? Rocks. Yeah. I used to move big rocks and little rocks. I busted up big rocks into little rocks, and then those rocks turned into ore. And it's like, what? He's like, mining? And it's like, no, we just moved rocks. We didn't go in the ground.
But there was mining too, and I've done rock work, so I do sympathize with...
Shout out Donald Trump. He's going to save the mining industry.
I was talking about I did like nice rock work you'd see for landscape.
How many mines are rocking and rolling, Trevor?
Landscape architecture. You do architecture with rocks.
I used to, yeah. No, I used to
make... Natural gas is where it's at now.
I used to make steps and walls and shit.
Oh, that's right on.
And I really enjoyed it.
That's a lot of work.
It is, but then they were like, you're also good at just digging, so dig all these ditches, even though I did really nice.
You're a young, strong man, Trevor. Yeah. You got a shovel there, right?
Yeah, no.
Why don't you put that in the ground and move all this dirt?
I did really good rock work, but I was a young, strong man, so then eventually they're like, well, you got these skills, but, you seem to have apparently have an attitude problem, so, yeah.
You seem to have a problem with me talking shit to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem for me because I plan to talk a lot more shit.
Yeah.
What?
I remember this guy. I've been digging all day and I had sweat pouring out of my face, and I've been digging like a dog all day. And this this fucking
No
boss
hot
came
girls
up.
bringing you lemonade or cookies, Trevor?
No
Damn
lemonade.
it.
No.
See?
I
No
know we didn't
lemonade.
get no lemonade today either. Trevor's had a hard day.
No, it was on that day that happened, and there was a porta potty that they put on the site. So I'm digging, and all the smells from the porta potty's hitting me. I was like, "This is a lot of fun right now." And this guy Frank,
Every time that door swings,
yeah, no, and it swang a few times because there was.
it's a morning. Yeah, it's a morning.
Yeah,
Everybody's drinking their coffee
Yeah,
and
there's a
smoking
crew
and
of-
hitting the
Yeah, there
toilet.
was a crew of like at one point there was a crew of like 10 guys, and we're all just swinging pools and moving machinery.
That's what people don't understand about construction sites, the smells. There's a
Yeah.
lot of smells on construction sites.
Yeah.
Diesel, a lot of diesel.
A lot of diesel, there's a lot of dust, there's a lot of woodworking,
Sometimes there's
there's
grass.
burning shit, there's stuff that's on fire.
Yeah,
Not on fire.
and then there's weird shit in between that you can't explain.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's just
How'd this
what
dead dog get here?
Well, you know, it's what it is, but yeah.
Welcome to your morning on the construction site.
What did you say? You were sniffing his butt?
What? Don't worry about Silver Squirrel. He tends to go off on his own tangents sometimes.
Oh, dang.
That's right.
So Trevor, you were saying you had a topic about the mail. So what's this whole mail thing you wanted to bring up?
So you know about it, but you decided to use your radio voice.
No, I'm setting you up for a grand slam, bud. Knock it out the park. So, Trevor, what happened in the mail?
Can I give a slight amount of background context?
We got Two Lonely Boys context coming at you live. Go, Trevor, go.
So there's this book I had been reading from 1970. It was about making alternative energy. So making power plants using methane, or like making your own like windmills that are also solar generators.
Solar power.
Solar power, but it was using you make these wind turbines, and they talked for a whole thing about this engineer who made these turbines to do converters for sun, and they use them in expeditions down in Antarctica.
You're talking about Steven Turbine, huh?
Yes.
He was the owner of the Turbine Fortune.
Anyways, so it was a book about doing all these alternative energy things, and it was a pretty good book, but it was from 1972, 73, and they had this little subscription, and they said, fill it out, turn it in, you'll get a little magazine or something. I knew that it probably isn't still around, but we
So
decided,
deeper context.
Oh,
Books?
you sent it in.
What are those? No. This
They're paper-
book was
they're paper.
written a long time ago, and
50
the
50
subscription was probably not valid at a point.
but we decided to test it out anyway.
So what was the subscription fee?
It was $8.
It was about $8.
So Gravel Shits here put $6 on there, and I put $2 in quarters.
So we went ahead and we put the $8 in the envelope to send the subscription out to the, what's the name of the company?
It was the Mothers. It was just called Mothers Alternative Energy, but it was also,
All right, Mother's Alternative Energy.
But it was just called Mothers, and it was a
Yeah,
bunch of
it's a
hippie engineers.
mother's subscription
Yeah, Mothers
that
Mothers
we sent
magazine.
away for. Now, Trevor, how long did that end up getting sent in the mail?
So it was also the Mother's General Store we sent to, but it took about
4 months.
4 to 5 months.
About 4 to 5 months. Yeah,
And-
we didn't expect to get it back.
Yeah, and what's crazy is we had two parts to this. We had there's this, but there was an extra piece, and
Okay.
it was $8.
Yeah.
So when we got this back, part of the stub is now gone.
So we're
Plus
missing
the
half of
$8.
our stub and our $8.
Dollars is gone, and we got nothing back.
So we got no subscription. Apparently,
But they sent the stub back.
you
This is
can't.
the envelope sent it back. This
So-
is my handwriting, so it's the same.
There's
envelope.
a
But the money's
return.
gone.
There is a return to sender, not deliverable as addressed. Attempted, not known. Sort and manual, no automation. So basically, they resent our letter back to us through it not being delivered, but no money,
No money, and half the stub is gone.
A stub is missing. So
it's a mystery.
What we're saying is we're about to go to war with the post office. I'm talking hand grenades, Molotov cocktails. Those frickin' postal drivers are not going to know what postal is.
That postmaster, his entire female line is about to get a whole new thing going on.
All right, let's try that one more time. Okay, that postmaster is... We're having a blank. It's okay.
I got you.
All right, I got one. I'll save it. This
Black
postman's
Black Betty
gonna post up on Post Malone while I eat my post.
I got one.
Yeah,
that postmaster, he's gonna soon find. Well, at least his daughter's gonna find out that I'm the real master of the post. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know, Trevor. That wasn't great. Anywho,
anyway, postmaster joke.
So we got no qualms with the postmaster or the post office, but
Shut up, Ben
what about the postmaster's women?
I don't know.
Isn't that what the whole subject was about?
I don't know, but
I think that somebody at this mother-loving company.
Ben Franklin was the first postmaster.
Ben Franklin was?
Yeah, he was the first postmaster.
Here's a random Trevor fact. Random Trevor fact coming at you live, folks. Benjamin Franklin was apparently
the first U.S. postmaster.
He was a postmaster, baby. He was a postmaster.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And
the post office stuck around, and up until recently didn't have a whole lot of rivals because now we have much more advanced technology.
so now the post office is in our crosshairs, more or less. Defund the post office, people.
It was a thing that was
Start getting your mail through email.
It was a thing that was valid up until about 20 years ago when you had the internet and everything else going on.
I bet a lot of people need the post office to write checks, though, huh, Trevor? Trevor has this whole deal about how everybody still writes checks. But I say that most people have cards that they use, and from time to time, they use a check.
Some places, well, like when we pay rent, I get off work and they're already closed. I leave, they're not open yet.
So Trevor's argument is that he pays our rent with a check, which is totally legal tender, you know, as long as you got the money, you know.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is you wouldn't normally go to a movie theater or a restaurant.
But this is a much bigger amount, though. This is
exactly
$1,300.
Okay, exactly. And what I'm saying is you normally don't spend that much amount.
No, I don't.
So what do you really use more than your checks?
The point is, they're not.
He's gonna ignore He's gonna ignore it.
And I tried doing it online.
Chris, how many checks do you write? Please be the tiebreaker here.
Anymore, I don't know very many people have checkbooks.
But when's the last time you wrote a check, though?
When's the last time?
80.
Oh, so you are time.
All right, folks. So Chris is the tiebreaker here. He's settled the argument. Trevor loses. Not a lot of people write checks. It's a dying technology. People learn how to write checks through electronic signature like a normal person.
But you're also right about the post office.
The post office sucks and they steal your money when no one's looking, and then they send you a letter back saying that they didn't accept your mail and that they're stealing your money.
And part of the sub, like why the sub? I understand the money, but why did you take half the sub and keep it?
So Trevor, I guess the question is, do we call the post office? And do we make a statement or a grievance?
Yeah, like how do we? It's the fucking. It's part of the federal government. So we're gonna go with the federal government. Like,
technically, I don't think you're allowed to send money through the mail.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I don't know. What are the laws on that? Because if that's a thing, grandmas all over America are breaking the law, sending you $5 on your birthday.
Yeah.
Grandma doesn't buy anything anymore. $5.
Oh, you can still send cash.
You could go into a strip club with $5. You'd be kicked out pretty quick though once you run out.
Yeah, that's true. I think they charge you $5 just to get in there.
You get charged at the door and you're like, I'm tapped. $5 cover. Well, that's my night. And you just walk in and walk back out.
Yeah.
Shout out to $5 strippers. You're working hard out there. I got a funny stripper story. So I haven't been to a lot of strip clubs. I've actually only been to one a couple times, and it's here in Eugene. It was the Nile.
Oh.
Yeah. So actually, there was a couple girls in there the first time I went to the Nile that weren't bad looking at all. There was one that was in her early 30s, maybe her late 20s, and she was like a hard 8. You know, she was a really pretty face, huge boobs, nice butt, clean looking. And she wanted to give me a private dance, but I only had $40. And I was just like, I can't just spend it all on one chick. So I kind of declined her. But so I went down to sit at the table. I was with a buddy, and you know, the girl comes over to dance, and you know, it's a stage. You're sitting around the stage, and I don't know, I'm sitting there drinking and talking shit, and I have a moment of conscience, and I say to him, like, man, do you feel bad? That's, you know, that's somebody's daughter there. That's, you know, somebody's granddaughter. And he goes, fuck no, man. We're putting these girls through school. These girls want to be doctors and dental assistants. And he's like, you don't know these girls' lives. When they're not all coked up and stripping, they're probably cool people. And he honestly kind of opened my eyes, because I was like, I don't know these people. Maybe they were just trying to provide for their kid, or you know, you can't always judge a stripper by her G-string.
I've known some strippers, and I've known some people that did stripping and they managed to like get a college degree and do other things.
I've heard of people getting out of stripping. It's just a frowned upon profession, I think, just like prostitution. Prostitution is the oldest trade.
Supposedly. Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Farming is probably just as old.
Yeah, farming's pretty old. But
I mean, maybe
as long as there was a woman that realized she could spread her legs for something she wanted.
Yeah,
You know, that probably started a lot of things.
That's probably older in farming then. Probably, yeah, before we were just hunter-gatherers. She's like, yeah, if you give me a few extra, like...
bananas. I want some bananas. How many bananas you got over there, Fred?
Cool. If you give me a few extra, like, wolf skins, and maybe I'll spread my legs for you real quick, since...
they probably did that as an offer, you know? It was like, you take my daughter over there, and I'll take all your food.
Like that.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
Shout out Paleolithic period. What's up, Stone Age?
No, I don't know if we're any better than animals, man. We're all just animals trying to get by.
Hey, Silver Squirrel, what's your thoughts on Neolithic periods of human existence? What do you think about this?
Trevor's trying to use big words, folks.
I know.
Back up. Back up.
I'm just a metal worker. I'm sorry. Sorry.
He's trying to go Paleolithic age.
Yeah. So, Chris, what do you think about times before written history? Do you think that we still have a lot to learn and that it could affect us? What do you think?
What do you think about Chris?
Back then?
What's that?
Must have been pretty brutal.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to have a very, very old school argument, literally.
I think we're getting off the subject, but I'm willing to let this roll for a second, then I'm going to shut it up. Go ahead. What's he talking about, Chris?
Maybe we crawled out of a hole and had a cover on the hole.
Okay, go on.
I think
Go on,
like
Chris.
that. I think something like that.
So, do you mean like this little hole in the ground, and like what sort of cover? Like
Some kind of cover. It could be wood. It could be maybe a bunch of leaves.
So what sort of terrain do you think you came from, Chris?
Oh well, there had to be water.
Yeah. So they say water, and then eventually we end up in the jungles. But
Probably just lived in holes. We probably lived in holes before written.
if you go far back, they think that a lot of the earliest mammals were pretty much like during the dinosaur age. Our ancestors were literally.
We ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery
Our
Channel.
ancestors were literally like weasels and groundhogs that hid from
Mice.
dinosaurs at that time.
We were
Mice.
small rodents.
Yeah, they hid from dinosaurs.
Rodents.
So we literally did hide in holes way back then.
People want to wonder why rats are so hard to kill. Because the motherfuckers have evolutionized thousands and thousands and thousands of generations of knowledge. So, you know, there's a real interesting theory that they have about knowledge of basically intelligence being passed through species. So obviously you're going to have random events that fucking end the life of a mouse or a rodent or anything. Damn, Trevor, you can't just sit here and play.
Yeah, it's
soothing.
Yeah, it is.
Playing really nice shit.
But you're going to be very one-sided.
No, you're not gonna. He's gonna play the music, and you're gonna orate.
I'll just play. I won't play actual. I was actually covering.
All right, so this is about to turn into a Trevor cover of something. I don't know what he's gonna do.
I'll just play background shit.
No, you go, man. Go play. I don't. Go.
All right, fine.
Trevor wants to play guitar, folks. Give him a minute. Trevor, guitar minute.
I'm just fucking around. Here we go.
My name is Mud. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, go.
My Alright, that was the Trevor Guitar Minute, everybody. He just decided to throw that at us, so we kind of had to roll with it.
But I'll play something
It's all
later.
good. It's all good.
Go on now. So
yeah, what we were saying, what I was saying was that rats are hard to kill, and I was talking about intelligence being passed down through generations. But I don't know, there's no science to it, man. I just figured maybe some rats are luckier than others.
Well, it reminds me of like cockroaches too, which are something that's been around older than mammals. Ants, bro.
Ants have been around forever.
Yeah, insects have been around a long time.
Oh yeah.
Before mammals and reptiles, like they were some of the first things to leave the water was insects.
Yep. I think it's
it was like plants, insects, and then everything else. Like insects were some of the first multi-celled life to hit the land.
Well, I think it's interesting how they would have all been at certain periods so much larger. Mm-hmm. Back when the Earth was a lot more oxygenated during like the prehistoric age and stuff, they had giant insects. You imagine a mosquito the size of a Volkswagen?
Well, also like
the fuck.
Also, the plants were huge too. Like what we consider big plants now, like there was literally like forests full of like redwood-sized trees, which were some of the biggest trees on the earth, and they covered huge parts of the world at that time. So imagine where like gigantic forests cover the place with fucking giant animals the size of cars just going around. Like that's some crazy shit. And also like the Sahara Desert, bro, was like a giant
forest.
It was like a giant shallow tropical sea. So like you can be hanging out in Libya and you might as well be in Florida. Like there was just like a giant tropical sort of place and giant crazy shit going on.
Oh, apparently one day freaking Mount Everest is gonna be underwater. You know, The land will change. The land will change.
Supposedly, Mount Everest is... It's a new enough mountain that during the time of the dinosaurs, the top of Mount Everest is under the ocean.
Yeah.
They found, like, obviously, like, snail shells and, like, bone and, like, fish bones up there. Ooh.
Snails, yeah.
I think Trevor's putting Chris to sleep, folks.
Sorry, man.
I like snails.
He likes snails, folks.
I like snails.
We were talking about
Look what Trevor did. His guitar soothed Chris to sleep,
I know.
and now he's got him sleeping. And
All right.
he's gonna steal his wallet. He's gonna take
All right,
his wallet.
I know how to liven up Silver Squirrel. Have you had any recent encounters with dirty ladies?
Oh, have you met anybody nice here
Besides the
lately,
neighbors,
Chris?
like, what's going on in your love life, Chris? What's going on?
Not much.
What's going on with your love life, man? Let's turn that back around.
Later.
No. Lots happened in 1 year.
Okay, let's back it up then. Let's dial it down. Have you met anybody nice lately?
Yeah, I met an old lady that a friend of mine ripped off $20,000 or $30,000 from her.
Whoa.
And she's a very nice. She's very small and she's old, and she has hazel blue eyes.
How'd that happen?
Yeah,
I don't know. She
$20,000,
didn't explain,
$30,000
but he was her sort of escort for a while.
So this guy was escorting for her.
No, he used to escort her around.
Oh, he was the escort.
Yeah, and he's 46 and she's like 70
Male stripper? What's going on?
or 68.
No, it was
or
like a
something.
sugar baby situation.
Yeah, there you go.
Where
there
you
you
have
go.
like an older woman and a younger man.
Yeah.
That, he makes her feel nice. And
he
that's
got
a pretty...
$20,000 or $30,000 for her.
Well, that's something that's pretty nuts, man, because I bet that situation happens more often than not. There's probably a lot of people out there in some sort of individual relationship where one person is taking a ton from another.
Yeah.
Like a parasitic sort of relationship, yeah.
And I think that people would rather something than absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Because people are lonely.
Yeah.
And I guess having some girl that steals your money.
Funny thing is, I saw him lately. I saw him before I saw what's her name, the elderly woman.
Okay.
But I saw him at the park down here,
Uh-huh.
and we hugged, and we were excited to see each other. But he was with another old woman.
Yeah. Wow. You imagine running into the girl that you were dating, and then you're running into her with another girl.
Yeah.
But the age difference is 40 years, so it's not even like you're running into her with a younger girl. Like, oh, that made sense. He runs into her with another old girl that he's stealing from. That's so fucked up.
Her name is Angel.
No.
Oh, shit.
Well, I guess Angel's gonna pay the price for being an angel. Be careful out there, folks. There's always somebody trying to swindle your money away. So protect your wallets. Check your bank accounts. Don't trust people until you lose everything. Don't do that.
If strangers offer you candy, definitely say yes.
I mean, be skeptical. You gotta understand that.
Say yes.
People are greedy sometimes. People are messed up. And sometimes money's a good motivator for people to do crazy things. And stealing 20 or 30 grand, that's pretty nuts. Sometimes people steal $1,000 and it's pretty crazy. Yeah. But
I don't know.
if somebody stole 20 or 30 grand from me, man, the next time I saw him, I'd probably be going to jail.
She was pretty heartbroken.
I knew a guy at my last job, and he had a guy that got hired through a friend who was another manager. He had gotten this guy hired that moved in with him, but apparently the guy that moved in with him had stolen 10 grand from another manager at the job. So when they figured out that he got hired, they flipped out on the other manager for hiring him. Yeah. And the craziest part was they lived together. They lived in a triplex. So they had the one guy living upstairs, the one guy living downstairs, and the guy that was downstairs had the asshole living with him. And yeah, that didn't end really well. You know, the guy apparently was paying him back slowly, but I don't give a fuck if you steal $10,000 from me.
That's a lot.
I don't know, man. You're probably in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so.
I probably
that's
wouldn't.
A lot of money.
I probably wouldn't. Well, it had happened. It had happened some years ago, but the reason it happened, or the aftermath of what happened, had the other guy change his whole life. Because when it happened, like a lot of things went wrong for him.
Financially.
Of course, yeah. You lost 10 grand. Yeah. So a lot of things changed for him, and he told me about this, and I could never look at the guy the same. You know, he was nice enough, but I was like, you piece of shit.
So he stole that money. Yeah.
Stole the money. He did a little bit of jail time, and then
he must have felt bad.
He moved out to Oregon and tried to come to work for our company. Yeah, that was weird.
He must have felt bad. Didn't he feel bad about it?
Maybe, but
He's still too
I'll tell you this. He didn't pay him back immediately, and if you're gonna make right a situation, you better not come back around me without 10 grand.
Oh, right.
You better have 10 grand at least before you come around me.
Yeah.
And you better
That's the only way we're talking.
You pay it with interest.
Well, I mean, interest is another argument, but for the moment, you better not come around me unless you got 10 grand. And even then, you're not forgiven. You know, you're just, the money's going to be accepted because it was mine in the first place. Anywho, watch your back, folks. Don't screw me over. I think everybody just needs to chill. Let's take a moment, listen to Trevor play a little music. He's trying to provide an ambiance here.
Yeah.
Chris is going to bed.
I know, I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, he is going to bed on us, Trevor. I think you're lulling him to sleep. Now he's going to take it over. He's taking over the podcast, folks. Trevor Hijack moment. Trevor Guitar Minute. Again, hijacking the podcast, but for good reasons. It's like a pirate stealing to pay for a kid's cancer operation.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems to make sense.
Yeah.
That's all those Somali pirates are doing, man. I am the captain now. I need to save this sick boy.
So let's worry about international trade law, maritime rules. But that's breaking all the rules. Don't worry about it. Praise Allah. I guess.
I found a theme song for Somali Pirates.
Oh,
breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Judas Priest.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be the Somali Pirates theme song.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And we're back on track.
So Chris is.
It always happens around the 30-minute mark. We get a little lull, and then we pop back up.
Yeah, I like breaking the law. Breaking the law.
I got a little guitar out of me, so I'm good.
There you go. It's like masturbation. Yeah. Once he gets it out of him, he's fine.
Yeah, you know, Big J Everson, when your balls are empty.
Yeah, the full ball theory.
Now my balls a little more empty. Shout out Big J Everson.
It's very true, though. When you do masturbate afterwards, something happens to you mentally. Where your testosterone levels are dropping.
Yeah.
And your heart rate is up a little bit because you're in an activity. And then it all stops at a point, and then you're just like, what am I doing? I need to clean up and go do my taxes. I need to be responsible now.
Shout out masturbation. It's not a sin. Everyone masturbate. There'll be less violence in the world. Just keep
keep it to a reasonable age.
You know.
Don't be touching yourself at 4. Stop playing with that, kid. It's valuable equipment.
No. Yeah.
There's probably so many kids that walk around just holding their dick or fucking putting fingers up there. Like, put your finger someplace else. Oh, shit. The world's full of weird humor.
The world is a vampire.
Send your dream. Who sings that?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
Big Oregon.
Smashing Pumpkins. I wonder if they ever smashed any pumpkins on stage like Gallagher.
They probably did, and I have actually seen that video. He smashed the watermelons and was famous for it.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's what I mean.
No, I've seen I've seen Gallagher.
I wonder if the Smashing Pumpkins ever did a Gallagher, you know, and smashed a pumpkin.
Probably. I mean, they were a huge band, and I've seen some of their live
What happens
shows.
when you have to get pumpkins out of season?
Well,
You got a June concert and you're trying to get a pumpkin to smash.
Well, then in that case, you better get it from a different hemisphere where the climate's a little different. It's going to be.
Where's Thanksgiving in June?
Yeah, it's going to be a slightly more expensive pumpkin than usual. Instead of that $3 pumpkin, it's a $30 pumpkin.
Goddamn
shit!
international pumpkin laws are getting ridiculous.
International pumpkin trade, man.
Free the pumpkin. Free the pumpkin.
Free the pumpkin.
So, Chris, this is your first podcast with us, and we have been over talking our guest. That's a real problem.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not that cool. You are our guest, and we would like your opinion on this. How does it sound we're doing?
Seems like we're doing fine.
Be honest, Chris.
We're doing fine.
Maybe something about how we could improve?
Yes, constructive criticism.
Criticism's always a good thing.
What do you think, Chris? I
I
mean, just think about like all those times on the porch where we had a lot of deep
It's
conversation.
been a long year.
It's been a while.
Since our head.
It's been a while.
Fuck that song. No shout out.
It has been a long year. I will agree with that 100%.
Chris and I have been through a lot of shit in the last year. So
What about you, Chris? What's been going on in your life?
It's mellowed out. It's been real calm.
Do you miss us over at the old apartments?
We do.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're not having too many problems now that Sarah moved in.
Okay, so Sarah's a lot nicer than your
Jack
old.
told Murphy off.
Oh yeah.
Too much loud music at 1 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was kicked out because I saw him in the
Yeah,
alleyway.
there's a gentleman that was really being an asshole. Not a gentleman at all.
Right.
Scissors and
Yeah,
fucking Squirrel.
but this friend of ours, Jack, told him off.
Yeah, I pounded on his door and everything. And he
Flipped out, huh?
He shut his music off and left.
There you go.
So is he
That's how you
still
do it.
living there?
Yeah, he still has the room.
Oh wow.
What the fuck?
They just come around and party every once in a while.
They
Yeah.
would have fucking kicked me out of percent. I was doing all that shit. That's crazy.
Unfortunately, a lot of the times when you live in a lower income apartment complex, you get a lot of assholes.
Yeah.
You get a lot of fucking coming and going. You get a lot of crazy people doing drugs.
Drugs. Yeah, we don't have no drugs. Thank God.
So many times I've ran into homeless people outside of that place when I was
yeah.
living there,
We
and
still
they
have
would
that.
just be nuts. They would be crazy on stuff.
No, now it's changed a lot in the last month.
Okay.
No, the week before 7-Eleven closed was a warm day.
Yeah, closed
Yeah.
on 4th.
It was 70, and there were no cops around, but people were all over the place with open containers. And just sitting there all over the place because the restaurant was closed, the bank was closed.
Yeah, they're doing some gentrifying around the area we live in that's
No
not
shout out.
going well.
No
Well, it's changed now because no 7-Eleven means no beer.
We have to go a little further, and it's also at like.
There's other convenience stores.
Yeah.
There'll always be more beer.
Yeah.
Unless you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Now, I think that the 7-Eleven closing was sad, but it was kind of necessary. That 7-Eleven had too many problems. They had fights. They had people ODing in the parking lot. They had fucking people harassing the store employees left and right.
Yeah.
People throwing food.
You got into a fight right there?
Yeah, I got into a fight with a homeless dude out in front of that place.
Yeah.
Quick story. Some dude was being an asshole. We kicked him out from in front of our place. He walked 20 feet to the 7-Eleven next door and started harassing people there, so I told him to quit it. And I turned around and he sucker punched me, and it didn't do anything but cut my eye open. And then I took him and dropped him on his head and waited for the cops to come. But yeah, that 7-Eleven's had too many issues, man. It needed to be gone, just like a lot of shit in this area needs to be gone. But it sucks because they're not going to be replacing it with anything better. They're going to be replacing it with an apartment complex.
Overpriced apartment complex.
Yep. That's the problem when you live in towns like these that are college towns, and you live down by the college area. It eventually sucks everything up. It's a whole entity. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we're probably gonna have to eventually
relocate.
Relocate. It's just getting too expensive.
Well, that's what they do, man. They price you out of your area. It's gentrification.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No shout out to gentrification. Go fuck yourselves.
What do you think about it, Chris? You've been in Oregon for quite a while.
Who's been in this town?
I bet a lot of things have changed.
A lot more people.
A lot more people.
So do you remember like Eugene in the 60s?
Not too much.
You remember in the 70s? Like, what's the earliest you remember Eugene?
I remember in the 60s when there was, what's her name? The gal from San Francisco, the big fat lady that sang.
Cassie, like Mamas and the
Not
Papas?
them, the other one. The one with the hoarse voice.
Oh, fucking,
Yeah, her.
Fucking
Fucking them.
There we go, folks. That was a good joke. Fucking
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin. It was on the tip of my tongue. Janis Joplin.
Yeah. People like her that
Janis Joplin playing Choppin'.
People, there were women that looked a lot like her that were in Eugene downtown.
Like real hippies, not like
At the
now.
McDonald Theater.
Yeah, legit hippies because it was still that period.
Yeah, there were
I love that
hippies
people.
here.
I love that people have like grades of hippies.
Oh yeah.
Like there's real hippies, and then there's like EDM hippies, and then there's street hippies.
And
then
those are
there's
called crust punks too. When they mix with the punks, they're called crust punks. You mix hippies and punks, you get crusties. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
So it's hilarious how there's like levels of hippiness. You gotta upgrade to be a certain hippie.
Or you degrade and just become just a regular tweaker on the street.
Are we gonna eat?
Yeah, would you like to eat, Chris?
Yeah,
Go ahead, man.
I'm hungry.
We made some good food. Trevor hooked it up for me. I just got home from work a little while ago, and we decided to cook up some food and do the podcast. It's been really nice. It's a nice evening out. These guys are grabbing some food. I'm just vetting.
Don't eat too much.
What's the deal with airline food? You know, sit down.
Shout out Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld, where you at? It's a nice night out.
Hope you like greens, Chris.
Okay.
Trevor's all about cooking for me. He loves to throw down in the kitchen from time to time, which is very much appreciated.
That's enough.
Alright.
It's nice to come home from work and have a little bit of food made. Yeah, it's a good thing.
I can give you a container you can take home.
Okay.
This has been a good one, man. Got about 15 minutes left. We'll get Chris fed up. He looks like he's gonna be a happy boy with that plate.
Chris, you want to eat right now? Want a plate?
I want to finish the podcast and then I'll eat.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah. Chris can give us some commentary on how it is.
Well, the collard greens didn't turn out.
The collard greens need some cooking, huh?
Yeah, you need to cook these.
Alright.
So Trevor thought that collard greens cooked in 20 minutes. He's got a lot of raw roughage here.
Try the
I'm
rice.
not used to collard greens. I apologize. I'm used to chicken and rice.
Trevor's lying, folks.
I'm not super used to it, man.
Says he's not black enough for collards. Get it together, fella.
Just need to do more collard greens. I apologize.
Yeah. It's okay. How's the rice? Rice tastes okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The rice is... Well, 1 out of 5, Chris. How's the rice?
1 out of 3, Chris.
What? No, 1 out of 5.
There's 3 different items.
Obviously. But he's going to rate
brown
each
rice.
item 1 out of 5. Genius.
It's brown rice.
Yes. It's brown rice. There you go. So 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
All right. Take a piece of the chicken. Tell us how that is, Chris.
Yeah, how's the rice, Chris, though?
2 out of 5. We just established that. It's brown rice.
It's brown rice.
Got to put some seasoning on that shit, boy.
I did.
Yeah.
I put some cumin on there.
Some cumin.
Some cumin.
You cumin over here? Trevor got him some fried chicken going.
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
Good.
There you go. All right.
Chicken.
1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. Chris, how's the chicken?
1, 2,
Good.
5.
All right.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, he's trying to let it play on the palate.
Mm-hmm. Try it again.
Yeah, second bite. That's a good sign.
It's done.
This chicken's brought to you by
Done.
Purdue.
And
It's cooked.
And Tyson.
That's a good one. Fuck Tyson.
Yeah, I know.
A little cartilage.
A little cartilage. That kind of comes with chicken sometimes.
The fuck is up, Boston Market?
Boston Market's a knockoff KFC.
I've never been to Boston Market.
It's not worth going.
No, it's not. I promise you.
What about KFC?
Boston Market. It's food.
KFC is better.
KFC I actually had for the first time in a while hot, which is a game changer. The issue I would have forever, for over a couple years with KFC, was that I'd buy it, set it down, and then come to it in 30 minutes, which is a terrible mistake. Because the second it cools down, something about that flavor changes.
Yeah, it does.
But if you get that chicken while it's hot, and I mean, you gotta have it hot, and then you gotta let it set for a few minutes to cool down. Whoa. Dang, is it good. Shout out KFC. Killing black people for years with your cholesterol. Watch them try to be sponsors one day. And we're just all, they find our old episodes and they're like, what'd you say? Just getting sued.
That's right. Well, hopefully it'll be in like Canada.
Hopefully we have that problem one day where a company is like, we're going to sue you because you have a platform.
All these fans that listen to you.
Trevor's got the guitar again, folks. Here he goes. Can't stop him.
Sorry.
We're almost there. It's literally a few minutes away.
Well, what's the time?
You got 47 minutes. You got 12 minutes left.
Quite soft.
Trevor just wants to play guitar full time, but he's not full time good. This is my whole argument, Trevor. Is I think you're a good guitar player. I think you have room for improvement.
I used to be better too.
He says he used to be better, which I do believe.
Did you hear me with Tyler? Nice way of Tyler.
So Trevor has this thing where he's competitive, which is a good thing, and he likes to play guitar against somebody that is a very good guitar player, or with somebody that's a good guitar player.
I think they were comparable.
I think they were comparable in certain aspects. I think Tyler was a little bit more technical. That's it.
He was a little more country.
Yeah, country.
He did reggae stuff.
He did a reggae, he did a little rock. Trevor's usually going for hard metal, or he's going for, Hispanic
Spanish
music. He plays a lot of Hispanic
We love Hispanic.
melodies.
We love him Spanish.
Yeah,
It's
no,
pretty
it's very
technical,
nice.
That's pretty technical.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is my whole argument. Is I believe he would be fathoms better if he had a tutor. If he had somebody to show him some things and maybe play with, play against, if that's, what you want to do.
I agree. I just don't have a whole lot of time to do it because I do work full time.
I think that 2 sessions a week probably would up your guitar game a lot.
Probably.
And I think that if
Also
you wanted
YouTube.
to...
There's also YouTube.
Yeah, but YouTube's not as personable as being with somebody. You know?
I mean, I am good, but could I always get better? Of course.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Everybody can always get better.
Yeah.
And the way you get better, I think, is by having somebody to show you the way a little bit.
Show me certain things.
Or show you things that you didn't know.
Yeah.
That's how you grow. So, folks, I think Trevor's going to get himself a tutor. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to help him on that project. That's another road we'll walk together. Maybe I'll find me a harmonica teacher. That'd be really cool.
You get better?
Get better at the harmonica. Yeah?
I heard someone yesterday playing the harmonica.
Oh, yeah. It's a
There
good
you go.
instrument.
They were pretty good.
In my downtime, folks, I like to play a little harmonica.
For downtown.
But I quit drinking, so I haven't played since I really quit drinking too much. That's a problem.
I noticed.
I should get back to it. So Chris is down in the chicken, guys. I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5.
That's good.
Yeah.
You say 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5?
4 out of 5, right?
4 out of 5 is good.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Always room
5.
for improvement, Trevor.
No, it's cooked. It's,
Yeah. It's cooked.
good.
Presentation-wise,
Chris,
It's not
I can-
burnt.
it's not burnt.
I could play the best guitar solo ever, and you'd be like, you know, could use more improvement.
Of course.
And I can play it really well.
I'd hope that you always say I can do better.
Of course.
Because I know I can do better. Everything I do in.
Yeah.
That's life, man. If you don't think there's any room for improvement, and you've stopped
Am I definitely
improving.
better than the average Joe?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Trevor, you're not just trying to play on the street corner. You want to
Yeah.
eventually play in a good band.
Eventually, I'm trying to get back to band.
So he wants to
Great
play in
band.
a good band, and
metal band,
my
probably
my
a metal
road
band.
that I think he should take will take some personal learning. You know, he'll have to do a little growing, which is kind of tough because growing is hard. But I think it'll give you more of the result that you want.
Yes.
Don't doubt yourself, man. Motivational Chris Evans is available. No, sell cassette tapes. Do people still listen to cassettes?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Chris, if I played guitar full time for a job,
Oh,
I would be really
CDs.
good.
CD.
Trevor's gonna get fired because he's playing guitar at work. He's like, I'm chasing my dreams. Get out of here, boss. I'm doing my job. I'm doing the saw, and I'm
Also, my Bruce
shredding. Trevor, put that away. Shredding.
I'll play
He
some
just
metal.
plays
I'm in a
over
metal-
everybody.
Hey, I'm in a metal shop. I'm gonna play some metal real quick. Like,
He just solves all of his problems with his guitar.
I'm solving all my problems with guitar. Nice.
Somebody shows up and they're like, Trevor, I'm pregnant. And he's like, I got a song for that. Oh, man.
Hate.
I think that you're awesome, man. I just think Superman could do better.
Yeah. I know. I could do better.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody can always do better. You hear that, folks? Try. Try something. Try heroin. Don't try heroin. No, don't try heroin. We don't endorse that here at Two Lonely Boys in a Canoe.
But if you want to like steal a golf cart and steal a goat, maybe
If you want to steal a golf cart and go for a joyride, don't kill anybody, but have a good time.
Yeah. Why not? I actually knew
Stealing a golf cart's pretty fun. I've done it.
I actually know a guy that had a DUI for driving drunk from a golf cart. He got onto a residential street, and then he was going towards a highway.
Cop got him.
Cop got him, and he was drunk, and he was going towards the highway Fresno Street, and yeah, the cop got him. And I'm talking like Highway 101, like a major highway.
It's crazy because that's a pretty common thing in Florida.
It'd be like,
It's
oh, I got this for
extremely
a quarter
common.
mile.
Well, it's extremely common to get pulled over in a golf cart or on a lawnmower. Those two. A lawnmower.
Lawnmower's the one I didn't expect.
A lawnmower or a golf
Could you
cart.
elaborate on a lawnmower? I'm interested.
A riding mower.
Yeah.
A riding mower is just, going to get gas,
I know
and
guys-
somebody's had a few beers.
My
And they're
grandpa's
swerving on the road a little
pretty
bit.
sure my grandpa's in that Minnesota. He would get out. He would have a few. too
So
many beers.
be careful if you're thinking about drinking and driving your mower to the gas station, folks.
Or scissor lift or forklift or anything.
Yeah, don't operate heavy
motor.
machinery under the influence. But drive a car. No.
Just or you just walk. You
Well, I love the concept that people think like people don't drive fucked up all the time. People are always driving fucked up, and if they're not driving fucked up, they're driving distracted.
Well, it's just like working.
It's just as bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like working. Pretty much everyone I know is fucked up to some degree at work. Like, not even necessarily trash, but like me,
America runs on drugs.
Yeah, like me, they've all taken a hit of something right before work. Like I take
hit of Jesus. Take your hit of Jesus in the morning. You need your religion.
Hell yeah, Philippians, what's up?
Yeah, Philippines 11:13
Or John 3:16.
Filipinos 11:13, folks. It says he will eat good and he will prosper and he will punch a lion. Yeah. Cool Bible quotes. Filipinos. Hey, it is Filipino Pacific Heritage Month. Shout out Filipino Pacific and Asian Heritage. Yeah, buddy, that chicken's going down, Chris. You're liking it. Yeah, I think this has been a good podcast, man. Yeah, we haven't got to all the subjects we wanted to talk about, but you know, we'll have to start coming a little bit more prepared every time.
Yeah,
I think that's within doability. We can come in a little bit more prepared every podcast, because you guys deserve it. We're kind of half-assing it slightly. We need to full-ass it.
No. We're tired from life. We apologize. We're getting a rhythm.
I am exhausted, but I had a cup of coffee about an hour ago, and it's doing a little magic. A little bit of caffeine. America runs on drugs, not Duncan.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Oh, man. Sun's going down. You ever see the sunset on a blue sky?
What's your voice?
This is a country lyric from Chris Evans. Listen to that dude Luke Combs today. He's pretty awesome.
He's good.
He's a good young country artist. He's coming
Shout
up
out
pretty
to
hard.
Country music, that's good.
Country music, that's good, man. Shout out. There's a lot of shit country music out there
Well,
these
like
days.
any genre has a lot of shit music.
There's a lot of crap music out there, but it's hard, I think, when you have certain songs that are really good and stand out.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of, it doesn't quite change your perspective on all the crap, but it makes you appreciate kind of the good stuff that is coming out.
New country, as you know, I like old country, like Johnny Cash, Hank Williams. I like the old stuff, but there are certain artists like I do appreciate, like Luke Combs singing, or like Brad Paisley, his guitar playing.
Yeah, Eric Church is another one.
Eric Church is good, but Brad Paisley, like I probably have to say he's one of the best technical guitarists in the country scene right now.
Brad Paisley awesome.
Is a fucking god on guitar.
Rodney Atkins, I don't know what happened to him. He blew up on the country scene for a minute, and then he just fell off.
Because there was Chet Atkins, and then his son Rodney Atkins.
And then there was the dude that invented Atkins.
No, but Chet Atkins back in the 50s and 60s was the smoothest country guitar player at the time.
Would you say he's a smooth operator?
Sade, now Shane.
Sade, now Shane, yeah. Transgendered person.
R&B singer.
Yeah, first something. You fill in the blank. I don't want to say anything politically incorrect.
Shout out to living your own life.
Shout out to saying most things you can think of. But there's some things you say that you don't want to say. So you don't say them.
If you don't know, now you know.
Ninja. Alright, folks, we're going to wrap this one up. This has been Two Lonely Boys in a Canoe. Trevor, grab that guitar and play us out. You got about 50 seconds. Let's go.
Alright.
Chris, how'd you enjoy the podcast?
I enjoyed the meal.
He enjoyed the meal. He didn't enjoy the podcast. It's all Trevor's fault. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Oh, God.
You could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. Is that it? All right. All right, folks. You take care. This is Gravel Shits.
Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George signing off.
Squirrel.
And Silver Squirrel signing off.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. All right.